president jumps on that story and that family and uses it as a catalyst to get it done. That would be something that would shock a lot of people.
John Allen, Earl Lewis, thank you very much.
So, 3 former and current Trump confidants set to testify in congressional investigations on...
So I just listened to another rant from Chrissy Cuomo about how un-American it looks for this poor guy that had to get shipped out of America from some town up north because he never broke the law, even though he's been here 10 years illegally, and now he's worked and paid taxes and yada, yada, yada. And how un-American that is. And they're so alarmed about the un-American nature of having to deport these dreamer people, these DACA people. I love this dreamer handle on it. You know, if you rob a bank and you just tell a police officer, you're just a dreamer, do they let you go? But the salient point about this is this. They broke the law. And I don't hear Chrissy bemoaning the fact that that guy took an American citizen's job and that his family took the food off the table of other Americans. Because that's the way this breaks, no matter how you look at it. And as cruel as it seems to have to send these people out who came here illegal because they're illegal aliens, as sad as that is, and I think it's kind of sad, we don't get to see the collateral damage of Americans who have been unemployed, whose businesses had to be surrendered in economic defeat because they could not maintain a proper wage, because we've been overrun with third world refugees illegally that came here and subordinated the pay scale of so many people that do labor. I used to go on job sites regularly, and I used to see all these masons. And you'd say, ¿Cómo está? Bien. Where are you from? Ecuador. I mean, it was unbelievable. I'm talking about huge projects like the Arvin Gym at West Point. All the masons were from Central America. A lot of Mexicans, but a lot of Guatemalans, and those are Americans that didn't have those jobs. It was a $500 million project. And only the real unionized, skilled work, mechanical companies, and electricians had a preponderance of white or black Americans. Anything that could have been done by unskilled hands, and some that were skilled jobs, were done now by foreign illegals. But see, Chrissy Cuomo and Andrew Cuomo, they don't lose their jobs to illegal interlopers. They didn't lose those jobs. Our politicians in both Europe and America, they don't lose their jobs to illegal Muslims. And they keep buying votes by bringing them in. So, for instance, when you go to a 7-Eleven type store and you see an Indian or a Pakistani, or those people don't have to pay taxes for the first 7 years of their business. And on the 8th year, it's turned over to a brother or a cousin or a friend, and that guy gets a 7-year run. But Willie White guy, Christian American, F you, where's my tax money? How many times I got to tell you over here? See? So the schematic of this is insidiously evil, and it's all underground. You don't even think about it. You go in and you get your bagel and your cup of coffee at the 7-Eleven, or you fill your gas up in the morning, and you don't think about this because nobody's talking about it. That guy gets a 7-year freebie to run that 7-Eleven, but you don't. Go open a pizza place as an American. Go open a small convenience store as an American. You'll be out of business in 3 years. But if you're a foreigner, we got you covered, baby. So when you see these pictures, how sad they are, go track down all the Americans that don't have jobs, that have fallen from the middle class into poverty. Add that to the consolidation of companies. I'm in the flooring business. Go down to Dalton, Georgia. It was overrun by Mexicans. Overrun. and black and white families that lived in the developments inside town, that lived there for 3 to 5 to 10 generations, they're gone. Everybody that worked in the dye houses, the spinning plants, the mill carding plant, they're all gone. You don't speak Mexican now. There's nobody to talk to. But the mills, which went from 300 companies to 3, they made a freaking boon over this. But do you hear that? No, you don't hear that. So when you listen to these bleeding heart liberals, ask them, did you give up your job for your ideology? Did you give up your career, your house, your status? Nope. Because just like the politicians, these mouthpieces, and that's why they get paid so well, they're globalist shills. And their agenda is the government, the crooked government, whose agenda ain't ours. And the only guy that ever stood up and gave a crap about the average American, black, white, green, is Trump. As repulsive as he can be at times, he's the only guy ever said, I give a shit about you. So when you listen to these creeps, go take something off that table. Go to Chrissy Cuomo's house. Go try to get near Andrew. Andrew has 75 state troopers protecting him. 75. Because they got to protect his gumare, his ex-wife, his mansions in Mount Kisco and in Albany, his boats, his cars. These people are the mob in lieu of a government.